No one, of course, wants to see players miss matches, but obviously the news today, your reaction that Steve Smith is out of the third test. Does that make Australia significantly weaker?
I suppose if you take out the best batter in the world, that's probably the case. But as his replacement showed in the last match, he's more than capable. So, win or lose, the winners of this Ashes, it's not going to get down to necessarily one player on either side. It's yes, you've got your good players, the ones that do well, but it's a team effort.
A lot's been spoken about the helmets and whether or not net guards could be something that comes in as a mandatory thing. Is that something that the ECB or the England cricket team would look at?
Well, I think it is mandatory here, right through first-class cricket, that you must wear a helmet. So I think that's the same. I'm not sure, to be honest, with the guards on the back,
the guards on the helmets.
I think most of the England guys wear them. I'm not, to be honest, haven't taken too much of a notice.
How about the lineup for the test? Obviously, unchanged squad for this one. You expecting the boys to go out and pick up on the momentum they grabbed at Lord's?
Yeah, it was pleasing to the way we played. We didn't play at our best in the second innings at Edgbaston, but we had to bounce back, and from that point of view, I thought we did. So it makes for an exciting last three Test matches. And
you'll want to see more of the same, I'm sure, from Jofra Archer. He was pretty scintillating on debut.
Oh yeah. One game doesn't make a summer though. It's good to see for England cricket. They've got someone able to make the batters jump around. There's been plenty of the older English boys quite happy about seeing the guys on the other side of the fence jump around a little bit. But it's certainly an exciting prospect, that's for sure.
Rory?
Trevor, you mentioned there the unchanged squad. Does it necessarily follow suit that it's an unchanged batting order, or are there still some conversations about what you do with that top six in particular?
Yeah, look, there'd be still some conversations to have. Now that we've arrived here in Leeds, that'll be a conversation we'll have, I'm sure. We think we've got the best 7 batters available to us at the moment in England. Whether we could change it round and make that any better, I'm not sure, but we'll certainly have a discussion about it.
Would it be fair to say there's only in that 7, there's only Rory Burns who you're absolutely certain is in the right position at the moment?
Oh no, I'm quite certain there's 1 or 2 others in the right spot too, but just because they're not scoring runs doesn't mean it's the right spot, right or wrong spot for them.
And in the 12th, Sam Curran obviously is the 12th of them. Is he someone who's raring to go and we could get a chance to see him in the next game or two? Yeah,
look, we started off the series thinking that we would play most of our bowlers that are in the squad. We sent him away to play some games for Surrey during the week, so he's ready and raring to go if he's given the nod.
Paul?
Trevor, is the biggest decision whether Jason's better suited to the middle order, do you think, in Test cricket on the evidence of the first 2 tests?
Yeah, possibly. Look, I think. Personally, I think he probably is suited to the middle order, but we've selected him at the top of the order on his form in the one-day and experience in the one-day team playing international cricket. I think in the one-day, the start of his one-day career, he missed out a few times as well, and it took him a little while to get the hang of it. The possibility of him playing again at the top of the order doesn't really concern us. We know what he can do when he does play well. Obviously from his point of view, you'd have to ask him exactly how he's feeling. But it's obviously not quite the same as playing in opening the batting in a white ball game.
Yeah, Rob at the back.
Do you think you've done well to keep David Warner quiet in the first 2 tests?
We haven't allowed any easy balls to hit for 4. I think, and that goes for most batters, get the ball in an area where there's no easy half volley or long hop to hit away for four, make the batter play, a good shot to actually to hit the boundary. That keeps a fair bit of pressure on. If you bowl in those good areas, there's been a little bit in the wickets with the new ball, and that always puts pressure on as well. You get one or two nicks, and sometimes the batters can lose a little bit of confidence. I think there's a number of batters, on both sides of the, looking for more runs. That's for sure.
Andrew and then George.
Trevor, is there a sense of sort of similarity to the World Cup here that you stumbled a bit early and then now things are starting to turn? Smith being out, Anderson's going to come back and play a sort of practice game. That things are starting to fall in your favour as it goes on?
I wouldn't say actually falling in our favour. I mean, we certainly played a lot better cricket in the last match, and to win against anyone, you've got to play good cricket. You can't rock up to a test series and play ordinary cricket. Even if it's for half the game, you've got to play good cricket to be a chance of winning. And certainly that's what I was the happiest about from that second match, that we turned up and played some good cricket. We didn't get the full 5 days in. Who knows what would have happened if we'd got a full 5 days in? But I'm just happy that we're back, playing some good cricket.
George.
Is Chris Woakes okay? He doesn't seem to be bowling that much. And is there any concern that Jofra's bowling a little bit too much?
No, it's one of the things that the captain's got to juggle. Whilst on one hand, you don't want someone like Jofra bowling too many overs, but on the other hand, if he's the one that looks like taking wickets, how long do you keep him on for? There's nothing wrong with Woakesy. He's had a long summer through the one days and now the Test cricket. It's one area that we've tried to keep an eye on with Woakesy in the past. So it'll be a decision we have to make leading into this Test match. Do we give him a break? Do we keep going with him? He certainly hasn't. He's certainly bowled quite well while everything's been going on at the other end.
Barrett and then Sam, and then we'll do one more.
You find it a little strange that England have dominated more sessions and maybe even days of Test cricket so far in the series, but you're still just one defeat away from not being able to win the series?
Not really. That's the game of cricket. We've been in the opposite, in the opposite camp as well, where the opposition have played well against us, and you win the big moments, the important moments, and you can win the game of cricket. I think it's been the same for years. So, we've been playing good cricket, but you've got to win those important moments.
Sam, and then we'll finish with Dan.
What are you expecting from the pitching conditions here?
I'm not sure yet. It's been haven't been out on the ground as yet. In the past, it's been a wicket that's been a pretty good cricket wicket. If you bowl well, you can take wickets. If you bat well, you can score runs. So, that's just a good cricket wicket, hopefully.
And Trevor, obviously you had quite a lot of history with Steve, before entering this role, and I suppose apart from him being an opponent, I suppose how do you feel for him personally, and did you, I guess, inquire after as well after the game or the day's play? Yeah,
went up to their medical room to check on him after when he came off. It's something you never like to see, and certainly brought flashbacks, from that New South Wales South Australian game a few years ago when Hughesy got hit. But just glad to see him, get to his feet. Hopefully he's right and he's able to play in the next match.